Child, so Marsau then got his little plus size panties in the bunch over there on Facebook because somebody commented about HuntLanta exactly and all of the shows that's coming out and basically showing Huntsville in a negative light, I guess, because of the show. Anyway, so of course, Marsau Sassy Tail got all in the comments and had a lot to say. We're gonna talk about it. Carlos and Nene, like Carlos, while your people fighting for their lives, Carlos is busy planning a tour in the month of February with Nene. And Nene out here allegedly may have gotten into it with Lisa Wu on the Ultimate Girls Trip. So we're gonna talk about some housewife stuff. Jazzy then called Kay an angry bird in her new interview. And we also gonna talk about Ray J. He made a concerning stream or whatever. I'm not gonna make fun of. I ain't. We gonna talk about it exactly. Anyway, so happy Tuesday, happy Taco Tuesday, Tequila Tuesday. I'm probably gonna have both today. Exactly. Once I get done working, still snowed in, still working from home. Let me know how y'all doing. Are y'all streets clear yet? You still in the house? Some of us needed a break anyway, but I got cabin fever. Let a bitch free. I'm ready to go shop and do all of the things, child. At least go to the grocery store. Exactly. Can I go to Central Market? Anyway, enough about me. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. Let's start out by talking about Nicki Minaj, though. MAGA Nicki is what they call her. Not only has this girl done several speaking engagements and supported the Trump administration doing all of the things, which I'm still perplexed how she is still supporting this administration, considering all of the stuff that's been going on in Minneapolis and ICE and all of the other stuff. That could easily be you or your family. But I digress. Anyway, so according to the Rolling Stones magazine, we're going to get into this article. Nicki is going to be speaking at another Trump engagement, and this is going to be a Trump account summit. Let's look at the article. And of course, I'm going to put the timestamps in the comments, so don't worry. If you just heard for Housewives drama, if you just heard for Love and Marriage Huntsville drama, girlie, I got you either way. Exactly. Give me 1 second. Let me scroll this over. Okay. So this is Rolling Stones. It says Nicki Minaj will stump for Trump again at the Treasury Department event. The rapper will be on hand to help the president launch Trump accounts, a new type of investment account for children. It says, it says several big names are set to appear at the summit alongside Kevin O'Leary and Cheryl Hines, and actress and wife of Health Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr., I guess. Anyway, so it says the summit will be centered around the launch of Trump accounts, a new kind of investment account for children established in last year's One Big Beautiful Bill Act. These accounts will be available to people under 18 with investments growing tax-free like an individual retirement account. This is what Nicki tweeted. Nicki said, the true meaning of paying it forward. Early financial literacy and financial support for our children will give them a major head start in life. In some cases, they will end up teaching their very own parents how to invest and what to invest in. This makes me very happy. Give it a break. Give it a break, bitch. Barbs, are y'all done yet? I've been done. I've been done with her a long time ago. I was done with her after she made that song about Megan's mama. Yeah. Y'all know I lost my mom. So anytime somebody is speaking on somebody deceased parents, I'm done with you. Exactly. Anyway, that's what's new in the Nicki Minaj news. I wouldn't be surprised if some Barbs decided to turn into MAGA just to follow her, because you know she got like a cult thing going on. I don't know. Get down and fight for your life in the comments, Barbs, if that's what you want to do on this Tuesday. I'm just here to report the news. Anyway, child, let's get into Housewives news real quick. So, allegedly, Nene and Lisa Wu got into it on the Ultimate Girls Trip episode. Now, we've been learning a lot about this Ultimate Girls Trip stuff. First, we know that it's going to be some main cast members, but it looks like on every leg of the tour, they're going to have damn near all of the OG Housewives on there. We know on Nene's leg of the tour, we're gonna see most of the Atlanta girlies, minus Candy, minus Kenya. I haven't seen anything about Deshaun Snow. Have y'all seen Sheree in the pictures? I don't know, but we know it's gonna be like a huge housewife type of deal. We also know that Nene is gonna have an alter ego event, and all of the girlies gonna be at the alter ego event. Cynthia gonna show up as 50 Cent. Marlo is going to be there. Kyle Richards, Candy Oz, Giselle, Ashley, all of the girlies popped out. One of the girlies who popped out is Lisa Wu. And allegedly, they got into it. Okay, so I got this bit of tea from Mr. Housewives. If y'all don't follow Mr. Housewives, I don't know what y'all doing. Exactly, because he be having all of the tea on the Housewives girlies. Exactly. So let's check out this post. It says Nene Leakes and Lisa Wu allegedly scream at each other while filming Ultimate Girls Trip. This is what the tea is. They saying that Lisa started it and Lisa was drunk as hell. I could believe that because we didn't see Lisa tipsy on multiple shows. And she liked to have a few cocktails. But that's why I like Lisa Wu. I love a petite, a short petite friend that might curse somebody out after she did had a few cocktails. Exactly. I don't care. Shout out to my homegirls. Anyway, so this says, word is that Lisa was very drunk and acting up during the filming event. Nene gave a speech about how meaningful it was for her to be included in the celebration of 20 years of the Real Housewives franchise. During the speech, Nene reportedly shouted out all of the RHOA women except for Lisa. Apparently, now do y'all think that Nene would have intentionally not shouted out Lisa Wu? I never thought that Nene and Lisa Wu really had some beef. Last time I remember Lisa Wu was always trying to be the peacemaker between the girls. So I'm not sure what that, I don't know what that was about. Maybe it just slipped Nene, mind, and it was an honest mistake. I don't know, but it says apparently Lisa didn't take that well and began yelling at Nene, which then turned into a full-blown screaming match between the two. Now, I don't know how true this is, but it's not far-fetched because we've seen, Lisa get drunk as hell again. So this is just allegedly, child, but it would be good tea. What I do know is the ratings going to be through the roof for this Atlanta leg of the tour. And if don't nothing else tell Bravo they need Nene back, this going to. I bet money is probably going to be the highest rated episode in so long. Okay, so yeah, Sheree did pop out. We got Nene Lips, which I already told y'all. I don't know why this pie face, anorexic, slut from the 90s. She had a big papa. She just a few months ago, I reported that she allegedly was sleeping with some lady husband. And she want Kim Zolciak to show up in the divorce proceedings. Another millionaire. She is a whore. Y'all ain't gonna never drag Portia and not drag Kim Zolciak. Girl, please. Sheree and then Lisa Wu. Lisa Wu do look mad on this picture though. Don't she? I don't know, friend. So do y'all think it's true? And I'm sorry. I'm sure Nene probably read Lisa down. But Lisa ain't no punk and Lisa can read too. If anybody that could keep up with Nene, it might be Lisa off a few cocktails. Lisa Wu off a few cocktails might have kept up. Anyway, child. So speaking of Nene, child, Nene and Carlos going on a tour. Nene and Carlos, they going on a tour. He posted it on his Facebook. No, not his Facebook, his Instagram today. So I guess it says like the king and queen of reality TV. They're going on a tour starting February the 27th. They're going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina, and they also going to be in Nashville, Tennessee. Let's look at the little promo. I said, child, Carlos King always call these his girls. It's giving you obsessed and want to be Andy Cohen, but I digress. Exactly. These are literally Andy Cohen's girls. You was there at the beginning, baby, but they work for Bravo. Your girls are Letitia Scott and Kimmy Scott and Destiny Payton.
King are going on.
Okay, so it says the Queen and King of reality television, Nene and Carlos, will be live on stage, kicking things off Tuesday, February the 24th in Raleigh, and then in Nashville, Tennessee, the 26th. Are y'all going Nashville and Raleigh? I wouldn't mind going. I love me some Nene.
Tour starting with 2 cities in February.
Okay.
On Tuesday, February 24th.
Okay, I'm gonna have to mute this because of the music. Okay, so yeah, this is the flyer with Nene and Carlos. I guess they're just gonna be doing some gossiping. Child. You know Carlos love him some Housewives, child. Meanwhile, Huntsville, why you ain't going on tour with Tisha? With tongue-tied Tisha? I'm just playing. Teabaggers, Scottalots, I'm on y'all ass today because Marsau ass is all on Facebook talking shit. But before we get to Marsau, let's talk about Jazzy, since we still on Housewives. So Jazzy dropped her interview. I guess Jazzy is on her interview run. And this was from the reality rundown. I just watched the clips. I didn't watch the full interview. I might watch it later because I'm going to watch that British Williams interview that Carlos King is doing while I go work out. Exactly. What was I getting ready to say? Jazzy. Okay, yeah. So Jazzy is talking about the girlies. These little clips got me interested because I want to know who she's talking about. She started imitating Stacey. That was funny. She called Kay. She said she always mad. She an angry bird, and she was like she would be mad too if all she got was a condo. I said I wondered did they get into it at the reunion. That's what it's giving because Jassi got a lot of shade for Kay. Would y'all like to see Kay full time? I mean Jazzy full time. A lot of people saying that Jazzy is a try hard. Do y'all think Jazzy thirsty? That's what y'all kept calling her. I ain't think Jazzy was thirsty because to me, in the last episode, Stacey was the one who started that drama. She wasn't even trying to get a moment. But let's check out this little clip.
From the Real Housewives of
You see Britt Edie liked it.
Potomac.
Jazzy Harris has been a boss, okay, my whole life. Let's be very clear about
What does Jazzy do?
Okay.
I'm begging to be on the platform. I'm grateful for the platform and for the opportunity, but I definitely wasn't beating down the wall or trying out multiple times.
Who was beating down the wall and trying out multiple times? Was it Stacey?
To do the platform. I actually would be pissed if all I got was a condo that I had to pay for myself.
Right.
Ooh, Kay, what happened at the reunion between you and Jazzy?
I would actually be mad. Giselle, this is your cousin. You cannot argue with her. I wait till cameras are around, new girls are around as well, and then try to have a beef with me.
Yeah.
She talking about Stacey.
Right.
And I'm just like, girl, I could imagine you got several things to be mad at. Angel and I really had a prior conversation where it was very clear on who she wanted in the house.
Got it.
Who cares, girl? Fuck that house.
Girl, of course. I would love to make it to your wedding. I'm going to do everything.
Now she imitates Stacey. This was funny.
I can to make sure that my line is out. Jassi, you know I have a business, a legacy that I want to leave to Arabella. And
she had Stacey spot on. You can tell they friends because she got Stacey spot on, child.
I'm proud of her for just sticking it out.
Yes.
Because baby, okay? All right. Giselle alone can get a jet every day if she wanted to for us. You know what I mean?
Period.
And Ashley Darby too.
Ugh, I hate the fact she kissing them horses.
Actually, that trip was supposed to be a couple's trip.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And this is a little bit of tea.
Okay.
But like what happened is, oh my God, this woman, I feel like Kay is always angry. So we'll give that to Angry Bird.
The one and only Jazzy from the...
So go check out the interview. Like I said, I'll probably go watch the full interview. Okay, Kay, you're an angry bird. She got a lot of smoke for Kay. And I think she had some shade for Stacey too. Exactly. Would y'all like to see Jazzy on the show? Now, I didn't like Jazzy. Beautiful gowns though. Beautiful girl, beautiful gowns. I didn't like Jazzy her first season. But I don't like Kay or Angel. I don't like none of them. But I think Jazzy would be a better fit because Jazzy is already cool with Stacey and Wendy. I just don't want her coming on her kissing Giselle and Ashley ass. Really, we can throw everybody away except for Stacey, Wendy, Karen, and I wouldn't even mind Leatherface coming back. Bring Sharice back and her drama and let her check Giselle. That's what we can do. And let's see if Jassi gonna still try to be cool with Sharice after Stacey told you that she didn't want you being cool with her. And Stacey, are you gonna go ahead and check Leatherface for calling you a hoe? I wouldn't mind Sharice coming back on with Karen now. Exactly. Let me know what y'all thought about that. Anyway, so that was pretty much what's going on with the Housewives drama. Carlos all in the Housewives business per usual. And while Carlos is calling them his girls, his other girls, aka Martell, Marsau, and Maurice, his other girls from Huntsville is running amok on the Facebook streets. Exactly. Girl, so I was just scrolling, minding my own business this morning. And this girl posted something on Facebook about HuntLanta. Like, I'm going to show y'all the post. And Marsau had a lot to say. You know he's Sassy McNasty. Sassy McNasty, you should be out here building some shit. That's why Mendices is running circles around you with this construction shit. Because Mendices is actually out in the field. Get in the field, Marsau, or at least deploy some workers to get in the field. You too busy in the Instagram, the YouTube, and the Facebook streets, and you ain't in the field enough. Exactly. That's why Tisha living in a tan shed on the side of the road, child. Anyway, let's get into this Facebook stuff with Marsau, child. Okay. So this is the original post. And I don't know this young lady, but I just started following her because she seemed funny. Her name is Marquita. Oh, I shouldn't have maybe. Okay, so look. So the post says, damn, how many reality TV shows does HuntLanta got? I thought it was cute because it's like Huntsville, Atlanta. Anyway, and she got Blue Ivy, with the funny little face on it. Baby, so this is Marsau all in the comments. He talking about, as soon as one of them asks you to film with them, all you gonna do is giddy up. She said, I guess you needed some attention because your show old now. My God, good morning. She was quick with the shade, baby, because this was like, they was going minute for minute with these replies. Anyway, she said, I guess you need some attention because your show old now. My God, good morning. And then he said, Marquita, very sassy. You guessed correctly. It's #1 on the network, and in its 12th season, it's up for an NAACP Image Award. Baby, they trying to get that Image Award to save their jobs. One of the longest running shows in African American TV history, thanks to viewers like you. Very sassy, very sassy. She said, actually haven't seen a full episode of your show. He gonna say, it's okay. We were somehow able to survive without your support. Look at God. I will say that Marsau know how to read. But she was right. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, let's read some other comments. That he responded to. So this is another guy. He said, I hate them all, talking about the reality shows from Huntsville. Marsau gonna say, you just mad ain't nobody asked you for a feature. He said, same folks that never watch be the first ones to freeze tag that split second they on screen talking about as seen on TV. Oh my God. And then, so she said, somebody else comments and asked him why. Like, why do he hate all of the shows? He says, I'm not a fan of any show that depicts Blacks in a continuous negative light. Too much money is made off of Black pain and ignorance. A few make a couple of dollars, but you have to think about what the show depicts collectively. It's sad the way negativity sells and we push a socially engineered agenda. So it's giving the people in Huntsville not too happy about the negative light. Well, I'm not sure if he's just talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville or all of the reality shows. She said, I figured that was your reasoning. You are a smart man. Someone else said the same thing, damn near word for word. And Marsau gonna comment, talking about, by this same token of reasoning, how do you participate in social media? Marsau, he loves to deflect just like Maurice and think he is so smart. We're not talking about social media, my baby. We're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. And we're talking about the reality shows that are coming out of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Stay on topic, bald head. Stay on topic, plus size Patty. Exactly. Anyway, child, so a lot of people were steady commenting, talking about the show. Some of the old shows, the new shows, they're boring. I'm not sure about the More Than Hair show. Have y'all watched that show called More Than Hair? I guess that's the new Huntsville show. I haven't watched it yet. Let me know if y'all watched it. Let me know if it's a good show, because I need more shit to watch. Exactly, because it's giving Love and Marriage Huntsville going down the drain. Potomac wasn't that good. Married to Medicine better come up with something else. We got a new sneak peek. The sneak peek wasn't really giving that much. Dr. Mimi was talking about Toya loving chaos, which I agree with her, but I don't know. I think I need more from Married to Medicine. Anyway, so before I leave, let's talk about Ray J real quick. So I got this from All About the Tea. She reposted a portion of his stream. So apparently he was streaming and he kept saying that this was going to be his last stream. He also said that Brandy paid his bills up for a year. You know, in a previous post, he was talking about how his heart or his lungs or something was only working at 25% capacity. I wouldn't joke about nothing like that, because we know in the Black community, you know, we tend to have those types of health issues, and that's not funny. I would never even put anything out there in the universe like that. But let's get into this post. And take a look at what Ray J is talking about. I hope he's not trolling, because this will be a horrible way to troll, and there's power in the tongue. So I would never play like that. Anyway, so of course I told y'all I got this from All About the Tea. The caption says, Ray J went live in the wee hours of the night and shocked fans after claiming he's facing severe heart failure and only has weeks left to live. In an emotional message, he warned people about the dangers of alcohol and drugs, while reassuring supporters that his kids and Princess Love will be financially taken care of.
One thing about it, I just so happen to be the bad friend. And what I mean by that is I'm going to influence.
I didn't like this dude.
Him to drink.
Nah, it don't matter. Time tells everything. And they gave me my time. I'm not going to tell y'all when, but it's like, it's sooner than later. It's sooner than February.
No, brother, don't say that. No, more life, more blessings. You're going to see 6 more years.
It's sooner than February.
They're homies, brother.
He keeps saying it's sooner than February.
You have more life, my brother. You have more life. No, brother.
I shouldn't have went this hard, bro.
You should have. Because if you didn't, who was going to?
He's saying now that he shouldn't have went this hard. So right before this clip, I fast forward through this clip, but right before this clip, his friend gives him a bottle of liquor, and Ray J is saying that he shouldn't be drinking, but fuck it.
Who was going to?
And then when it's all done, burn me, don't bury me.
I'm not gonna play out the whole clip, but like I said, he also goes on to say that this is gonna be his last stream. He doesn't have long because of his heart conditions. He said thank you to Brandy. He said thank you to Brandy multiple times. He said Brandy paid up all of his bills this year. And if that's true, I wonder, did Brandy do that because maybe you do have health issues, and I'm not sure if you're streaming to pay your bills, but as your big sister, let me pay your bills. Let me pay your bills for you, and you focus on your health and your family and get off stream. I could see that. I would do that. Lord forbid for any one of my brothers. Let me knock on wood, child. Anyway, I actually hope that that's not true. A lot of people in the comments were saying Ray J was trolling, but I would always err on the side of caution. I hope that Ray J gets better, whatever he got going on. I'm glad he said something about alcohol and drugs and stuff, because these young kids, they be doing all type of drugs. And I ain't judging nobody, because Lord knows I was a wild and crazy girly in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? And now I still do drink, and I got to monitor my drinking. But I don't know. I just seen a post earlier today, and it was about Future. It was like an old post with Future, and Future was talking about do y'all remember that Future song Tony Montana? You leave me no choice. Tony Montana. It was one of his first songs. He was like, I'm about to cop a Porsche, Tony Montana. Tony. Anyway, Future was talking about how he had done so many drugs, how he was on Molly, and he barely could open his mouth in the studio. And that's why the song sounds like, you leave me no choice, Tony Montana. And it sounds like he clenching in the song. If y'all know what song I'm talking about, let me know if y'all know what song I'm talking about. If in the Tony Montana song, that's why it sounds like that. It sounds like he clenching his teeth. You leave me no choice. And he was talking about how he was so damn high. And you know what? I like Future. Future a Scorpio. Take that with a grain of salt. But I always hated the fact that Future introduced Molly. He ain't necessarily introduced it, but I credit him as making it a popular thing with the hip hop community, because that was a Caucasian drug. But when Percocets, Molly Percocet, chase a check, never chase a bit, mask off. Baby, I was in the club like, ping Molly. Molly is the worst thing to hit the hip hop community, baby. From knowing people close to me who has done Molly, and I got Molly before. I didn't know they used to call it shans, like shenanigans, like you want some shenanigans. And I never forget, I went home to St. Louis, and they used to put Molly in the liquor or whatever. And we were drinking. I was drinking with some people, and they started talking about how we was getting shanned. And I was like, what are y'all talking about? Anyway, come to find out, they had put Molly in the alcohol or whatever. And baby, that was one of the wildest nights. I don't know how people do drugs. Exactly. Anyway, the moral of the story is, I say that to say, I'm glad Ray J said something about the drugs and the alcohol. I hope that phase is like over with. Like, can we stop glorifying drugs and alcohol? That's why these kids be looking fucked up and fuck the rap it, girl. We ain't gonna get on it. Anyway, prayers up to Ray J. I hope he feels better. I hope whatever he's going through, his health gets better, regardless of whether he a troll. I don't care what he do. I hope Ray J gets better, and I hope his health gets better. Exactly, because I would hate to hear something bad happen to him. Anyway, so I'm off my soapbox. Tell me what y'all thought about everything we talked about. The Housewives, Nene and Lisa might have had a read off. Lisa, I'm gonna give Lisa some points, because Lisa ain't no punk and she can read too. Exactly, especially off them cocktails. What else? Tell me what you think about Jazzy shading the girls. Would you like to see her as a full-time housewife next season? Carlos and Nene, the girlies in Raleigh and the girlies in Nashville. Are y'all going to see Carlos and Nene? I ain't gonna lie. If my little brother was still in Nashville, I promise I probably would go visit. I probably would go just so I could see him and then go to the show. I wonder if they're going to come to Dallas or Houston or something. I don't know. If they come to Dallas or Houston, all of us should get together and go. That'll be so fun, right? Exactly. Anyway, and then tell me what you think about Marsau ass girl. All in the comments. Beefing with the Facebookers of America. Exactly. Anyway, friends, so I might talk to y'all later. What's going on tonight? Oh, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. The last part of the reunion is coming on, is it 2 or 3 parts, girl? Anyway, we might talk later, friend. I love you. Make sure you comment, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and I'll talk to you later, friend. Have a good morning. Bye.